Hello to everyone out there. This is a very different video to what I usually tend to do. I mean, I just recently started my YouTube channel, but this video is all about cars, cars, cars. So, you may not know this, but I'm a very, um, car enthusiast, um, and very car guy. Um, so I love everything to do with cars. Especially when it comes to projects. I tend to have my project ideas wrapped around this car thing. I don't know what it is with me, but I actually love cars and I do love helping people buying good cars. Um, so, as a matter of fact, this video is all going to be about cars. So, please stay tuned and follow along. You don't have to do anything, just watch what I'm doing. So, the very first thing is this video is for whoever is looking to buy a car, buy a used car. First of all, you don't want to buy a new car because that's unless you have the money for it, of course, and you know, you want to do whatever you want with it. But if you are buying a used car and you are having a very limited budget and you don't want to go um, beyond your budget and you don't want to deal with like scammers and you don't want to deal with dodgy, small um, car dealers, um, or yeah, car dealers. Let's stick with that word. I was going to say something else, but I thought maybe that may be too offensive. Um, anyway, so the very first thing you want to do is head over to ebay.co.uk. I know some of you may say, "Oh, we don't trust eBay. eBay's full of shit and things like that." But actually, I have bought very good cars from eBay myself. So if you don't believe that, or if you don't trust eBay at all, there are ways around it to find good cars. And I'm going to show you how. So the very first thing you want to do is type the car, make, model, whatever. So I'm into Audis and BMWs myself. I've had very bad experience with BMWs with one of my BMWs very recently. So I'm just trying to stay away as much as I could. And this time round, I am about to buy a used car myself, as a matter of fact. So the car I am trying to buy this time round is an Audi A3 or an Audi A1, but the four-door version, like the sportsback version. I don't know whatever that is called. So this one, I'll show you in the images. Audi A1, or actually Sportback. Yeah. So not this is the very latest model, but not this one. The 2015 model. So um, let's have a look at some pictures. Yeah. So this model basically, and not the yeah, this model, and I want it in S line um, trim rather than the sport or any other models that I'm not really keen. So yeah, so let's type in the make. eBay already suggests some options. Audi A1, and you want to select cars, and there you go, full of ads that are absolutely relevant. But the very first thing you want to do is filter out all the shitty ones. So we're going to use eBay's built-in filters and some extra ones, some tricky ones that you may not be aware of, or you may be aware of. Who knows? So this is one of the when I look at some sites actually, like eBay, I always tend to think, haven't they tested their products? um, really well because you know what happens if you want. This is a bit of UX lesson here as well. So what if the user, if the buyer wants to select these two and not the diesel? What happens then? So I'll select petrol, and there is no more that option. Where is it gone, eBay? Hello? Anybody home? So their UX designers or developers or whoever's been behind this page development or this whatever this search functionality or this filter, maybe yeah, actually maybe this section actually may have different dev team to here. So um, what you have to do, I usually select one that says CO. So I select that one and I head over to fuel and I select petrol, non-specified, transmissions. I don't really care about that. Doors, not really care about that because some people are stupid enough to put the doors, or actually they don't really know. Sorry about my language. And then here it is the years. So why is it that some people not willing to put the year for the car? Come on, what is wrong with you guys? So literally, the budget I have is 10 grand. I have 10 grand to throw on a car. Um, and I want to buy a good car. I don't want to buy a shitty one. I don't want to buy the category D, C, or the new ones. The terms change now. Is the N and S. But like some eBayers, like some sellers are really, really dodgy to put that in the description. And even when they do, like including some dealers and traders, they put it in a very hidden place. So I'll show you how to avoid those. Those are the ones that you don't want to deal with. You know, the last thing you want to deal with is dishonest sellers, and that's really, really important for anyone out there. You don't want to be dealing with them even after when you buy the car actually. So after sale, but because it's a private sale, you're not really you don't have any grounds to stand out. You can't really do much. You know, usually this is the typical way of handling this is you call the seller and they don't answer you. That's it. And you just get frustrated and you don't know um, who to chase and things like that. But this is a bit of a lesson. So stick with me and I'll show you what you need to do. So select the year. Obviously, I don't have the budget for the 2022. It would be nice, but I don't have the budget for those. So I will select the 2015, 16, maybe 17 and 18. Maybe 19, I don't know. And I select 14 and 13. I don't want to buy 2012, 13, but there might be some edge cases where the car has done a fewer miles and it's got good service and less owners. That's really important. You don't want to buy cars with too many owners. So another lesson to be learned. I've learned that lesson myself. I bought a car with 5 owners, and the seller I bought it from, he claimed that he bought it off his family member, which that family member bought it from another family member. And then I stupidly enough didn't check with them. I didn't go about and challenge this guy saying who okay, can you can you tell me who this is and maybe phone them up, or at least if they are close by maybe I could check their license or something. So at least I could like I could reassure myself that I'm buying a good car in a sense. But because I was so obsessed with the look of the car, I wanted to avoid that kind of discussion within myself. I didn't want to yeah, um I don't want to have end up with that feeling where I'm putting off myself in a sense, if it makes sense. So sometimes you just want to have like you just want to hear the things that you want, even though there are negative things. So this is very tricky. Um, so back to this thingy. I know I talk a lot and I go off track many times, so please do leave me a comment and tell me to shut up and something like that, so I learn from you guys something. So 2012 maybe, and I'm not sure about these guys. 30 cars. You know what happens with these 30 people? Sometimes they have a classic cars. They have a car that's it says it's an absolute banger. It doesn't it runs and it may look fine to them, but not very not very good cars actually. Or they may be a good car and the seller may be, an elder person that doesn't know how to do this kind of stuff. I'll give it a shout. I'll give it a shout and I'll give this option a shout and I'll go to the mileage. Now here it is the tricky part. I said about 30 people not putting the year. Now you'll have 5 people not putting the mileage. Why is that? Because the mileage is bloody too high. That they don't wanna they don't wanna lose the potential clicks. So I'm gonna avoid this because there's no point dealing with people that are not willing to be honest with cars at least. And I'm not going to deal with any car less than 10,000 because I know that's going to be pricey and more than my budget. And you know what? Some people actually put the actual thousand mileage in just 2 digits. So like if a car is done 101,000 K, they put 101. And I know like that they are very they're trying to be very smart. And believe it or not, I'm going to be smarter and I'm not going to be selecting this. So peace off if you are one of them. So and you can dislike my video if you want, but I'm just going to show people how to avoid you guys because you are not worth it. Not even a phone call. So I'm going to select this, and this. I know I don't want to go anything more than 50,000 miles, like 50,000 mileage. But there might be some edge cases again where the mileage is like 51K and the seller is just trying to be honest. They could round it and put 50 like some other sellers do. And I bought cars where the actual mileage was 53,000 and the seller put it on the for like 25 to 49. When I questioned it, he said, "Oh, it was like 3K, man. It's not 3K is nothing." And you kind of hear these discussions over and over, and it's maybe it's worth giving it a shot. So I'll put that in. I'm not gonna be like um, giving these guys a chance because you know I want to buy a good car. I'm spending 10 grand. I don't want to be wasting my money. Colors, not really. Don't worry about these things. Even if you have a specific color, some people don't put the right color, so don't worry about those. Seats, manufacturer, mm, model, no. Driver side, engine size. If there is a model that's got a specific engine size that you're after, maybe it's worth putting it here and selecting one of these. But I'll show you how to do that with a little bit of hack. It's not hack, but it's built into the eBay functionalities. But like a lot of people don't know how to use it. So conditions, price. This is very important. So I'm going to put some shitty cars there. I don't want to buy those. And like some dealers, I'll show you. Okay, actually, I'll leave this option open because I want to show you how some dealers are dishonest about when you're selling a car, you should put the actual like total price of that car, not the monthly price. And some like dealers are very dodgy, like in a sense of like they want to catch your attention and they want to pull you in whatever however way they can. So you look at the price and you say, oh, That's impossible. 455. I'll show you in a sec. Actually, it doesn't. This screen is irrelevant. So actually, let's leave this. But I'll put the cap price. I'll put it 10,000 and 100. Actually, 10,000. What am I doing? £10,100. Actually, £101. I've seen some good cars where they're trying to round it like to 10,100. Or usually people put it like as in like for instance this example, £5,500. Now, if you filter this car by 5,000, this is going to be filtered out. Like this search by 5,000, this is going to be filtered out. So maybe it's worth like if you have 5 grand, maybe it's worth you know just nudge it a little bit your cap price and maybe there are some good cars out there. Trust me. Buying format, whether you want to just look at the buy it now cars or classified as or auction, yeah, this is up to you. I'll always leave it all listings. Although I don't usually trust the classified ads because those are the cheap sellers. They're not trying to what they're trying to do because eBay charges like I don't know. Last time I saw my car on eBay was like 16 quid or something. Now it's like a little bit higher, maybe 20 something. So what they try, but you only get 10 days of it, like 10 days worth of listing for that price. Now, what you could do, you could double your chances by having it as classified ads for like 30 days or something, or at least like twice as much as this, the every other option. So what they're trying to do is they list as classified ads, and they hope for the best buyer. Actually, for the least knowledgeable buyer to see that car within the next 30 days or something. I'll give this. I just wanted to let you know how this works, basically, from my own experience. Item location. If you're not willing to go too far, maybe it's worth like putting it down here. I'll usually leave it open. Um, Rest options. Just hit apply, and now we can see all the glorious list of shitty and good cars. Actually, the good and bad cars, not shitty. Sorry for my language. So you see you get cars that are like 6 grand, but you see these little like keywords: damaged, salvage, cat S, start drive. You know what? I'm not interested in any car like this. You know, the last thing you want to do is buying a car or getting the temptation to buy a car and fix it because oftentimes you're not going to fix it yourself. You don't have the time to fix it. I know you're thinking to yourself, oh, maybe I could buy this. Maybe I could buy this and fix it. What if I could save 1 grand or 2 grand? That's a lot of money, isn't it? But actually, time equals money. So every time you take a day off where you want to fix that bloody car, it is costing you money. Like I don't know how much you're earning, but work out your daily rates and see how much of that how much of those days you have to book off and go after your shitty car that you just bought to enjoy. But actually, you're not enjoying it. You're dealing with loads of problems. You're dealing with the mechanic, the garage, the whoever you have to outsource the parts. So don't worry about those. Like you want to avoid those costs. So I'll show you a trick. You see this option? It says include description. That's very familiar. So what this does is if you check it, it's gonna because by default eBay looks up these keywords and matches it with the title of the description, but not the description. So if I open one and so it matches. Shit, what did I do? Anyway, so it matches. Where was it? This title, but not this description. And this is very bad. Um, it is very good and it is very bad. I'll tell you why. Because eBay, if eBay was to filter all the listings by both title and the description, it wouldn't filter out anything really. If you think about it, why is that? Because one listing may have the title you're looking for, and the other one may have the description you're after. So what's going to happen? Everything's going to end up there, right? So yeah, that's the reason behind it. But they're not being stupid. They're actually smart about this, and they added this option. But you know what? I don't honestly see this option popping into my eyes. Like it's not really readable. It's not really visible to a regular naked eye, a regular person, like someone like me. Actually, I'm kidding. I'm always like looking out for these little options and things around search. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be using a little hack. You know, I said the include description. Okay, so we want these two to match either the title and the description, but we want to exclude anything that matches cat, and cat is category, usually shorthand version. So you know, we visited this link, this item earlier. I spotted something about this car. It was saying, oh, blah blah blah. It's got 70,000. Actually, what was the mileage? 68,000, almost 70,000. So it's got 68,000 V5 present, all of that good stuff. And now, boom, Cat S due to storm damage after a tree fell on it. Nice. Okay, I believe you. But it's a dealer. Yeah. How could you tell it's a dealer? Come on. You can tell by its username. And oftentimes, if you visit the shop or other items, you can see they are selling bunch of stuff. Nice, isn't it? So they are selling aftermarket and some genuine parts, like BMW parts. So how do they outsource these items? I wonder. So they buy off these cars from auctions, right? And my speech is not directly to these guys. Like this could be any other any other seller, like any other motor seller or trades, to what we usually refer to. So they buy cars off some auction, like British car auction or something, and they, you know, it comes, it may have some aftermarket wheels on it that's maybe worth, I don't know, like a 600 pounds or 700 plus or something. Some BBS RS ones. I have a set of RS BBS, which I may do a video on it sometime later. But what happens is they buy a car with those wheels, they take those wheels off and they change it with another cheaper wheels, like alloy wheels, and some like nasty 1 mil thread left tires. And you know what? They sell the car with a bit of, margin. But what they are doing is they're making the bigger margin on the things that car came with it. But you should always look out for the exact spec that cars come with. Once bought a car and the picture was showing the original OEM alloys. I bought off this small dealer or maybe motor trader, and he said to me that actually I bought it and I went to collect it, and upon collection, this guy told me, oh, a question. Oh, these wheels are different to the ones in pictures. He said, oh yeah, those weren't included. We changed it to the original manufacturer. I said, these aren't original manufacturer, because I'll show them some pics and stuff. I'll show them even the like similar ads on Auto Trader and on eBay. And he said to me, "Oh no, no, those are because really honestly, when you're about to challenge any motor trade, they always think that they know way, 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 way more than you do. So, what's the smartest way of handling that situation? Well, the smartest move is to walk off. That's it. There is no point arguing with them. They're gonna stand there and they're gonna keep disagreeing with you. There is no point. I've been there myself. I was there for like 2 hours disagreeing with this guy, and he wasn't willing to refund me my deposit, which was £200. It was a lot of money, plus my cost of traveling. So I wasn't expecting my cost of traveling, but it was his dishonesty that I was so mad about, and I got so frustrated. I was like, I just want to bash my head to anything except his head, obviously, because he was already mental, and I didn't want to make him even more mental. So I just walked off. You know what? It was my fault that I trusted the seller. I should have questioned them. You should always question sellers about what comes with the car and what doesn't. If a seller's being lazy and it's not responding really well, just walk off. Even if the listing says, this car is great, this car is doing this, that, just walk off. I bet you be far better walking off and paying someone honest and genuine 1 grand more than dealing with that shitty car later down the line. You know what I'm saying? So always, always look long run. Don't just look a few steps ahead of yourself. Just look the long run. Look like 12 months, 24 months, 4 years down the line, not just a few steps ahead of yourself. So this is my advice to you. If they're being dishonest and if they're being lazy answering your questions, just walk off. You haven't spent anything. You just spend a few minutes on seeing their ads, and you probably you know you know like the car or whatever. You have already you have already accepted that car in your heart, but you're not willing to let go. You wanna hear the nice things about the car. You want to hear, oh, this car is the next car I'm gonna buy, and no matter what the seller says, you're gonna go down there and you're gonna buy it because they know your weakness, and they know they've been into this business for like many years. They know what their buyers are like. They know the market really well. So don't be fool about it, and don't fool yourself trying to be, try just yeah, trying to be smart about it. Actually, trying to be smart with yourself. Actually, not the guy, because you're trying to convince yourself, oh, this car is good. Actually, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm not going to raise the questions I've got in my mind. I've got in my other side of my mind that's going to raise concern. You know what I'm saying? So ignore those sellers, ignore those traders, and ignore those dishonest um, private sellers or traders or whatever. So what they're going to do, they take off these wheels. Let's say these are some nicey, shiny um, wheels. They take off these wheels and they change it with some crappy cheap ones, let's say 100 quid ones, and they sell these. Let's assume these are worth, I don't know, 1 grand. They take off these, they replace it with some, um, they replace it with some shitty ones with some shitty tires, you know, and they sell you that car for the same market value without you even realizing, right? So they buff out the paintwork, they make it look nice and shiny, I've been there myself. You buy the car, the next day you wash it, you're trying to clean the car yourself. Ooh, a lot of scratches appear on the car. What's happened? Hmm, very interesting. So the technique they use is A simple WD-40 spray, yes, which you could get your hands on for like tenner from, I don't know, Screwfix or even Amazon these days. So they spray it, they wash the car, they spray the car. Actually, sorry, they wash the car, they dry the car with a microfiber cloth or something, and they apply that WD-40 spray with a like a thin nozzle or something on a piece of clean cloth actually. So they know they don't want to grab any dirt. They just want to apply that to the surface of the car. That what's that gonna do? It's gonna it's gonna hide any blemishes, any marks, not scratches, but any marks, any like uh, surface level scuffs and any um, any corrosions or things like that. Basically, you can try it yourself. Just apply some WD-40 on a piece of cloth and it's just just apply it very gently. Don't push it too hard to the paintwork. Just go around in a circular like um, way and just that that buffs out a lot of marks and scratches, and it actually in fact makes the car 10 times better than it is in reality. So be careful about that. Always make sure that you touch the paintwork with your fingers and you and 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 you're not feeling any greasy, oily you know um, compounds. You see what I'm saying? So make sure that you test those kind of things when you're buying cars because dealers are very dishonest actually. I don't hate them all, but majority of them, especially in Birmingham, oh my god, they are so dishonest. I know I'm gonna find so many haters, but it's worth mentioning. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying majority of them because out of 10 cars I bought in the last 12 years, maybe. Because yeah, I changed one car every year approximately. Yes. So like in the last 10 years, out of the 10 cars I bought four of them from Birmingham, and actually I went actually four of them were from Birmingham, which I bought two of them, and the other two I didn't buy. I didn't end up buying was the dishonesty of the sellers, because I immediately spotted a few things and I mentioned to them, and they just when they just didn't have any answers for it. They weren't just like bragging about it and just saying some nonsense that like about the car and not the problems of the car that I'm spotting, if it makes sense. So that shows 50% dishonesty. So yeah, from Birmingham. London happens. London maybe more, even more, but I haven't bought any car from London because London prices are slightly higher. Actually, one of the places I bought a very nice car was my BMW M3 E46 from a very nice guy from Glasgow. He was very nice. He let me inspect the car myself. He let me jack the car up. Take one of the wheels because I was back then. I bought the car for like 9.5 grand. 9.5 grand was so much money back then. Not like now that the there has been inflation and the cars that were worth like I don't know 5 6K now worth 8 9 grand. Um, so I bought that car from that guy. That car from that guy, and he was around. It was around like I don't know 50. He was in his 50s 60s, and he was really nice. He actually talked to me about his car and the history. He had the car for like 10 years. When I bought it, it was like he had two owners. The first owner only had it for like 7 8 months, and he had it for like 10 years. So it was like it was it was one of those cars that I always wanted to buy. And I absolutely enjoyed having that car because it was really, really looked after. He only had two owners. This is the thing I'm saying about owners. When you buy a car, you should always buy a car that's got no more than, let's say, four owners, uh, tops, because the more owner, the more likely it is that's been abused or not taken care of, or even like even if it's taken care of, even like even up to the maybe the third owner, and the fourth one has been like very, careless and reckless, and he just drove the car on the speed bumps and like the potholes. I see these drivers every day myself, um, and like even with brand new cars, because you know why? Because they are leased cars and they are the PCP based cars that they take it in for 3 years, and they just um what's the word? Oh, I completely lost it. Um, they wreck the car. So not in a sense that you could see it, but underneath the car, like the suspensions, this like the shocks, and the all the other things under the engine tray, and like the tray, the plastic trays, that like everything's like about falling off. If you see what I'm saying, so be careful even when you're buying a 2 year or 3 year old car. Make sure it's not a yeah, no. Well, the majority of the time it's a leased car that you're buying. Leased car in the sense that it's been like PCP based, like not as a like a lease company. Make sure like you never buy a PC, you never buy a X um lease car that's like hundreds and hundreds of clients had it, for each one had it for a day or two, and they drive it madly because they don't give a damn, because they've hired it and they want to make the most out of it. So they just go over the speed bumps, just slam it so badly, like slam the doors, all the hinges and stuff. They're not being greased up properly. All of that stuff. You should, common sense stuff. Anyway, I think I've gone off track so much that I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we were talking about the dishonest traders that they take off some bits and sell it separately, and yeah. So you see, we spotted this cat S. Now we want to filter out anything that's got cat S or cat or cat N, yeah, things like that. Because and sometimes what they do is they've been even smarter. You know what? They don't mention what they say. Sorry. They don't mention anything in the listing, as in writing. So you see, these are all letters, and they include the little image that's got the same typeface, like same font, and like they say, they included here saying this car is a cat N or cat shit. And you know what that is? Because they know the trick around it. They know how to avoid our filter from working. So they include it as an image. And of course, we can't filter out images, right? And unfortunately, we can't do that. We can't have any workaround around that. But again, we're trying to do our best here. So I'm gonna in this basically this filter should exclude this car. But sometimes when on eBay, when you write a new piece of keyword and you hit search, all of these get cleared out and they're not being preserved in a sense. I'm just going to give it a shot. I'm not sure if this has been fixed, but last time I tried it, this happened to me. So let's say um, filter out, and I think it worked actually. Yeah, I think it worked. Yeah, so you know that the other car that we looked at, that was cat S. I know it was like cat space S, but sometimes when you filter out, like, let's say cat and then S, this S is gonna include things like S line trim. So you don't want to do that. This S there, because there is space S space line. So you don't want to do that really. What you want to do is, I'm not sure, I haven't tried this myself, but let's say cat. So if it's after the, so if the second letter is right after the first one, I haven't tried this myself actually, so don't laugh at me if this didn't work. So let's try cat S. Actually, yeah, I think so. If we say cat N, it should include the first one. Yeah. So this is okay. So this is actually working. I didn't. This is my first time round that trying such thing, but actually this says a lot of things about the eBay search functionality. So now you can say cat N, just the word cat. But now you know what? Some people actually say, oh, this is, rather than saying this is smoke and pet free, they say this is cat free. I've seen this actually with a few cars. So this excludes those listings. How could we avoid that? Very interesting. I'm not really sure actually, because if we say just cat, yeah, I'm not gonna just stick with cat, because some buyers may actually be too friendly and s- so nice that be including their cats with their car. So like, imagine their listing. They have something like, "Oh guys, this car is for sale plus my cat, but please promise you feed her or him properly. He's been taken care of alongside this car, but not anymore. I'm trying to get rid of both of them," right? Something along those lines. Sorry about the funny voice. So yeah, I'm not gonna include just the cat. I'm just gonna say cat S, and perhaps, but make sure you put the negative, the subtract, the minus, or whatever that's called, the minus, and then the double quote, and then within it, inside the two quotes, have the whatever. So maybe some people refer to them as cat S, and some people refer to them as like cat N with hyphen in the middle, and some people refer to them as the older naming. So cat D, and what was the other one? Cat C, was it? Can't remember. Cat C. Um. So yeah, that should exclude all of the shitty ones out there. Right. Yes. Finally, we are there. Right. But we are still seeing some shitty cars in our listing, in our search results. Like say we said petrol and some other ones. What was it? Is the search been like cleared? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where my results gone. Like, hello eBay, what's happened here? I'm not sure where is the fuel gone? No filters available. How the hell? Why is that? Can't I don't actually know why eBay is confused about this kind of search, but I don't really care about it because I know one. So you see, we just want the petrol ones and exclude diesels. Diesels are like generally with Audis are TDIs, like TDI and and diesel. So we want to exclude TDI. Yes, and this should exclude all of the good TDIs. I don't think anybody would buy a TDI at this time because of the whole thing about the ULEZ and the emission zones and excuse me, and rest of the jazz that's going around that um, governmental laws and stuff. Anyway, so we can see I've found some good cars, but like some of them are like not even S line, but that's because I didn't include the S line. You see here, I'm not having anything specific about S line. So let's say I wanted S line. So let's include S line. Oh, actually now eBay is I don't know like fixed itself or something. As soon as I put S line, maybe there are like too many because like usually what happens with search functionalities is you know it may seem very simple like search functionality, but I trust me, this is the most important element within eBay site and apps. So even though it looks very simple, but there is so many stuff going around um, this functionality. And you can see it's got categories and like because every single one of these like subtractions or like exclusions like um, they are they act as a tag in the dev world. So they need to be very, very smart about actually these kind of things because um, Google does that. I don't know if you're familiar with Google. It uses same mechanism. So if you stick a minus and whatever the term in the double quote or single quote, it would exclude those. But anyways, I'm talking too much. And anyways, I want to list the lowest price. So lowest price, S line. Let's see. So this guy is not saying cat S or cat N. I wonder what they're saying in the listing because this is definitely a damaged. I wonder if I could just search like in my browser cat. So nothing regarding cat, and you can see um, why is that? This is damaged to the worst it could. Like literally, if you tell me this isn't a cat car, I'll just slap you in the face. Look at this. They didn't even include a picture from the front end of the car because they know how bad it looks. And they've like they've hit the like bloody number plate that's like it's not even visible. Like AD19 whatever. This is one of the dishonest sellers I was talking about. So they're trying to sell this shitty car for 300 quid, I suppose. That's not, it's probably gonna um or maybe yeah, breaking spares parts only. Right. So they selling the parts, not the car. So this is again what I was saying about dishonest sellers. They include this in the car section, hoping that some of us, um, you see, this is actually in the car section, but it's not. You're not actually selling the car. So remember this name. I don't know what they are thinking to themselves, but why would you sell parts under cars section, like on the cars categories? Why would you do that? Why would you waste your money on something that eBay may suspend you for? And I know eBay's been busy, counting their pile of cash. Um, they're too busy that they don't even have the human sources to monitor these kind of ads. So it's very frustrating. eBay, come on, you could do much better. You should do much better. Please Um, so yeah, eBay, please come on. You should watch out for these kind of um, ads because some poor buyers may fall into these kind of traps and they don't really read the whatever properly. I don't know how like I don't know whether eBay has any kind of automation system that like reads all of the descriptions and like filters and maybe matches these keywords against the categories maybe like something like breaking spurs or something like that. I don't know. It should do actually, to be honest, because it's a massive site. It's like number one site that you think of when you want to buy something cheap. You know what I'm saying? Not the Chinese cheap, but like UK cheap or US or whatever, any other region they are operating in. So yeah, dishonest seller, massive, massive thumbs down to this. Why are they doing this? Now, I don't want to spend my money on these like shitty cars. This is modified. I don't want to waste my money on this. Nice color, nice car, but against diesel. Ooh, I'm trying to copy this diesel text. Like literally because not because I'm lazy. I don't know how to spell it. Every time I'm trying to spell it, it goes badly wrong. So diesel. So let's exclude any diesel. Right, so all of these are the petrol ones, and hopefully they are in good shape and being taken care of. So this is about it, really. This video was all about these little search filters and how you could avoid people that haven't been bothered about listing their cars properly. And that shows something. That shows how dishonest and how they trying to hide things from the buyers. If you let's say you want to buy this car, this is a trades like motor trader. Some people willing to pay more money and buy it from motor trader because it comes with warranty and stuff, but they know their game, they know where they are standing, and they usually write their terms and conditions and policies in a way that you cannot claim anything. I've been there myself. I bought one of my cars off one of these small motor traders, and he was absolutely um, dishonest and absolutely a retard person because he was like trying to make up things. Like he was trying to make up stories and things like, oh, we don't deal with this part because this part is not relevant to our warranty, and you should see the manufacturer for this. Who am I going to see for this? You warranty this car. You know what I'm saying? So don't just rely on the fact that you're buying off a trader, you're buying a good car. It's a really stupid thing to do because if they are a dishonest motor trader, my next video I'm going to go through auto trader. In this video, I just wanted to dedicate it against dedicated the eBay for eBay and the fact that some people say eBay is shit. Actually, eBay found me 24 results for the things that I'm looking for. So this is a really good thing. I only have to look at 24 cars and not like hundreds and hundreds. And 24 cars would only take you a half hour, if not less. Some of them you don't even click because they look just shit. So um yep. Um, that's really it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you buy a good car next time you're about to buy a car or you're about to replace your car. Please, 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 if you're gonna be selling your car, please be honest. Please be honest upfront. Please list everything accordingly in the description. Please do not avoid um, not listing things in the filters, like in the options, settings in the under your listing. Just treat people the same way as you want to be treated. Um, this is one of the excuse me excuse me. This is very important because if you treat someone bad, you're gonna be treated bad sometime down the line. Trust me. Um, so treat people with honesty. Be honest with them. Don't sell a shitty car for the market value that's not worth it. Try to sell it for a price that you think is worth it. If you have if you know some there if you know there are some issues with the car, please list them in the description. There are people that are willing to buy those cars, but just the but you should target the people that are, you know, they can afford that kind of thing, not just yeah, so they have the time for it, they have the money for it. You know, if I was to spend 10K on a car, and then maybe spend another 2 grand fixing the problems, the unknown problems, or the actually the non problems to the seller, but not the, sorry, I'll rephrase this, the non problem to the seller but unknown to me. So yeah, please do treat others like the way you want to be treated. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.